Hey guys, it's Petunia Gal, and we are here in kind of a crazy stream, I guess. I don't know, a different stream. So I wasn't sure whether to call it Planet Zoo or Planet Zoo 2 because obviously I'm not playing Planet Zoo 2, but I want to talk about it because I haven't done an update on it and I wanted to get back into it, see what's new, do look at the gameplay. What was it? Gameplay tour video, I think is what it was. And all the awesome animals that we've gotten along with, chatting about it because I am really I cannot wait for this game. I'm super excited about it. So I wanted to get into it. And the first thing, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. What I really want to play with when I get it is like an aquarium and turtles because the turtles look absolutely awesome. But I love the red pandas and this looks like a photograph. It doesn't look like a picture from a game, which is super crazy to me. But, that's how it is. That's how it is. So we also get, it's kind of hard to keep track of all of it because, they have little sneaky trailers of things, sneaky videos of, this is how this works. And then they have, the actual reveals. And then they have just the reveal of a picture. So, it's kind of hard to keep track. I wish I'd kept better track of everything, but I'm going to try to start now and keep better track of it. So I muted the audio on these, but I do want to go through them because I just think they are super awesome. So this is the tour gameplay. And just look at this picture. It's just, I don't know. I feel like this is a brand new game, guys. Not that it's a sequel, but that it's a brand new game because they've just done so much to it. And I'm kind of afraid of it being a little too bright. I don't want it to be as bright as Planet Coaster because Planet Coaster, I tried to play it, but it is so bright. It just hurt my eyes to look at. So I'm hoping it's not, but we've got so much. And then kind of indoor outdoor aquariums, super cool. And these animals just look so awesome. I can't say any other thing other than awesome. I don't know what other words to use, but I think they are super cool. So we've got, let's go look at this. So this is, I think they called it the tropical zoo that they made. And I love the plane. I love the plane that people come out of to get into the zoo. That's super awesome. And these leaf kind of decor things are pretty cool. I don't know what that building's supposed to be, and these tall, I don't know, umbrella things are pretty cool. I want to build with those. They seem a little too tall to me, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. And I think they're just showing off the lighting of the game because the lighting, other than like I said, I think it may be a little too bright, but maybe not. Maybe that's just me. So just look at how big these paths are. The fact that you can make this now, or we will be able to make it in Planet Zoo 2, is just so cool. And I don't know how much, I don't know how small you can get with the path, because I know that was an issue for the keeper paths or the staff paths that they didn't get small enough. I'm hoping we can, but look at all of the rock. I'm really curious in how that's going to be placed. Are we going to have to place that separate? Is it part of the terrain that, it just looks so cool and so realistic. So, I don't know what else to say. That they have gone above and beyond in this game, like literally. And just seeing this area here and then going into kind of a cave walkthrough is pretty cool. Look at how blue that water is. That's crazy. And then the height of that, I don't know. I want to know if they're going to have maps that are going to be built like this or if you have to do it yourself, because I've never really done the different, I don't know, different levels in the terrain. So if they have it where we can actually just choose this kind of layout and then go from there, that would be super awesome. But the fact that you can have this, I mean, look at how dark this is. This is super dark. It's crazy. And you can just build whatever you want, and the light will actually light up what's there instead of there being, ambient light already, which is super cool. And look at these trees. Look at the limbs, and I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, I don't know what else to say. I feel like I say crazy, awesome, everything. Too much. I say the same word because you can't get past it. And I love how you can see all of the water things down at the bottom. Like I want to do like a comparison between the water of the Planet Zoo and the water of Planet Zoo 2, because you don't see those reflections at the bottom of the water. I don't think. If we do, I'll have to check it, but yeah, that is super awesome how you can just have all of the shadows and reflections and highlights and all that. Yeah. And I know you can probably change the color and the opacity of the water just like you can in Planet Zoo, but just with so much more detail and graphics and stuff, everything. Which is super, super awesome. But I mean, look at how big these have got to be part of the terrain, these rocks. Because I mean, if you had to put all those rocks in by hand, I don't know. I'm not sure how long that would take you, but I know it would take me forever. I like those benches with the backs. Hold on, I got an itch. It's very hard to get to because it's under my glasses. Okay. So, I wonder, can I just do the right arrow and go past some of the, not really. It kind of skips a lot there, I think. Did that skip a lot? Yeah. But that's okay. Because you guys have probably all seen these, but I haven't been able to go through them and do kind of like a review on them. So, and I don't know if I'm super comfortable with doing like an actual review, because I know I watched a lot of people do reviews of Planet Zoo 2, all that. And I feel like I'm not super qualified for that. But like I said, I can't wait for this game, and I want to really get into it, I mean, I was into Planet Zoo in the beta, and I couldn't wait to get involved, and I'm even more like not being able to wait to get involved for this game. So, I mean, look at the alligator here. I mean, it's crazy looking. It's so realistic, And then we've got all the bottom stuff and all the rocks. And I know they were saying in one of the videos that the fish can like swim through the arches that you make and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome. I tried to do that in Planet Zoo for one of my penguin exhibits or habitats, and I don't think they ever really swam through it. So kind of kind of made me a little disappointed, but oh well. They will be able to do it in this game as long as it's big enough. So, and maybe they could in Planet Zoo. I don't know. I never tried making it bigger, so maybe it did. But look at how tall that is. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think I'm a little nervous to try height adjustments and all that in the zoo. It scares me a little bit. But then they showed off these chimpanzees and all the climbing stuff. And look at that guy just laying there. Oh my goodness. He just lay on the log like that. Super comfortable. Oh my goodness. And I guess they'll be able to do that on things that you build, like not just the climbable stuff. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm guessing they'll have like climbable versus not climbable. You know, you can like uncheck it or whatever. But just the way it went up there is so much better than Planet Zoo because it would glitch like crazy. That jump was a little more like Planet Zoo. That was a crazy jump, but that's all right. And just all of the rock work and everything, the foliage, the lighting. Yeah. It all looks absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm just itching everywhere. I don't know why. So it's one of the things that made it really hard for me because I tried to put out a video on this and it was just so hard because they go so fast in between the footage that you can't take time to go over one thing and then the next. Except for, I mean, these guys, they spend quite a bit of time showing the climbing and all of that. But as far as, you know, hey, look at that awesome, you know, water there, and then it's gone. It's like the next scene. So I don't know. I wasn't happy with what I did, so I haven't put it out yet, but I'm super excited about this. And these animals look just 150% better, 200% better than Planet Zoo. So that is super cool. And this guy just hanging. It's so funny. And the arms aren't like in the wood. It's, you know, they're actually hanging from it. And look at that. Oh, jeez. I know they have some sounds on these, but again, like I said, I'm sure everybody's seen this by now. And I just wanted to go over it and chat and see if anybody wants to chat about it. So we'll do that and then look at the Zoopedia because, I mean, there's a lot of animals on the Zoopedia already. And I don't think it's going to stop until the game comes out. So that's kind of cool. Because I thought they were just going to be doing like one animal at a time, but it doesn't seem like that. Although some of them are just reveals of the pictures instead of reveals of the actual animal. So I don't know. That's why, again, it's kind of hard to keep track of the updates, you know? And again, with this crazy plaza where you can just build whatever you want. You know, you can build the paths wherever you want to build them. And the height of this zoo it kind of scares me, like I said, but it's also pretty cool. So we'll have to see what it's like when we actually get into the game. But I mean, all of the plants everywhere, all the trees and the zigzagging paths and the rock placements, just ridiculous. Look at the path supports. I'm guessing that's the in-game path supports, but maybe not. But I'm guessing it is. I would usually do, maybe not the stuff there. I would usually do the in-game path supports just because I was lazy. I was lazy and I just wanted to do the in-game stuff. But I do like the outcome of when you do it yourself, you know, when you build it yourself. But it also takes a long time and it takes a lot of, I want to say it takes a lot of creativity and energy, and it just takes a lot to make your own thing. And here we have the actual animal behavior shown off where, if they're thirsty or hungry or they just don't feel good for one reason or another, they'll actually show it. And I love this one. I love that. That is so cool. And then we've got the tiger scratching on the tree here, which I'm guessing they can scratch on anything. And here we've got they're showing the animal box. What is it called? The animal window here. But this just looks so much easier to see the things that you want to see, And especially up here, I always had to search for the year. Like, I could never find it, and I don't know why. I had a hard time finding the age every time. So you've got enrichment, you've got environment, you've got social. It just, let me go to Planet Zoo because it seems so much different, but let's see. So we've got Planet Zoo here. Let me click on one of these guys. Yeah, so I mean, this is all one color for one. I mean, it gets down, if they're not good in that, it'll go to yellow, right? And then it'll go, I've never had one go to red, I don't think, or maybe I have. But yeah, so it just looks so much more put together. Let's go back. What's that? In here, because I don't know. It just does. I'm not sure why. But we have is there anything new? I guess that would be the wildlife reserve, maybe. I think my screen's kind of cut off there, isn't it? Yeah, and my camera's in the way. I don't know where to put this. I don't want to put it in the way. Let's put it down here in the corner. All right. So it just looks like you can see things more at a glance here. And it looks like we have two different, which I saw it in one of the aquarium shots, that we do have like multiple zookeepers that can go in one habitat, because there was two zookeepers, cleaning in the aquarium. And we see, well, the vet's here, but then refill and request clean. I think those are like two different types of zookeepers, maybe. I don't know. And we also have a lot of tabs up here. I don't know. Is it the same as we had? I don't think so. Because I think these tabs kind of put stuff in a different place than where it was, like the enrichment was actually inside of another tab, I think, right? So, and the placement of water in this is going to be so much different, because you can just place down water for them to drink, and you don't have to, really focus on, where can I make it deep enough, or, any of that. You place it. If it's a little bit of an indentation, then it'll, the water will go in and the animal will be able to drink from it. See, look at this. I don't know what all these mean, but but we've got the up, down, the smooth, plateau. I don't know, all these different things. And these two with the arrows that are kind of circling, I want to say that's like making a spiral for a staircase. That's what I think, but it could be wrong. You never know. And I'm not sure, because there's this water that they're using that I'm guessing is this one that's pink here. But I don't know what that means. Like, what is that compared to the one next to it? The one next to it looks obviously like you're taking out the water, and then you've got water cleanliness and settings for that, and whatever I don't know what that middle one is, but we've got the painting stuff, like the paintbrush for the colors, and it just looks so much more, I don't know, I would say put together. I don't know if that's the words, but you know what I mean. And just the ripples on the water is so cool. That is so cool. I love it. Then we've got our tiger finally being able to get something to drink, so they're all happy again. And one shot I saw, I was like, man, they've changed it where it actually looks like they're drinking from the water. And then I saw this one, I'm like, okay, that still kind of looks the same. Like they're drinking kind of in the same vicinity of the water, you know? But yeah, we're not hearing the tiger, but it's okay. It's fine. The animations and the sounds and all of that is just, see, they're like eating the sand now, not drinking water. But I just think it's so cool. I kind of hope that, well, I don't kind of hope. I hope that they changed where the animals don't glitch into each other, but I don't know. We'll see. Then we've got a little scratching area here, which is probably just, you know, a regular enrichment item that you put down, it looks like. So now this tiger is happy and it's gonna go and sit in the water. So just the water reacting to the animals, you know, the animal being in there is so cool. And just sits down and hangs out in the water. And I don't know, I'm guessing this is maybe a thing. Maybe it's hot and wants to sit down in the water and cool off. I don't know. But that just looks so cute. And I don't know, I feel like every animal should have a thing of water in there because they need to clean off, right? I know in, what was it? Zoo Tycoon 2, it was, they had the little enrichment items that you could use. You could use like little hoses to wash off the animals, or, you know, that they could play with anyways. But you could do that. They had different kind of enrichment things that you could do. And I was really hoping that that would be a thing, that you could go in and actually, you know, interact with the animals. The zookeeper would actually go in and clean up after the animals. And I really liked that. I really wanted them to bring that to Planet Zoo, because I liked being able to actually be the one to get in there and clean up everything, you know? And honestly, I saw there was a footage somewhere where the zookeeper was coming in with the food, and you were looking through his point of view. And I was like, oh, are they going to do it where you actually go in as the zookeeper? I don't know. It could have just been a camera view, you know, a camera angle that was that way, but that would be super cool. I would like that. And then we've got the staff areas, which I am super excited. The fact that they're actually making it where this is more of a, what is it? A point of interest instead of something you just have to put somewhere out of the way so the guests don't see it. Because I mean, these days you want to see the backup, you know, the backstage stuff, the food prep area, the vet, that kind of thing. So they have these where you can literally, I think they said you can take a blueprint and you can literally take it apart. If you don't want this or that, you can take it off, which I've been wanting that for a long time. So I'm like, I want this building, but I don't want this here, or I don't want that here, you know. And you can literally make it what you want. So that is super awesome. I mean, it's going to mean a lot more time building and thinking about, you know, what you want where. But if you guys start from a point and then kind of go from there, that would be super cool. I would like that. And then we have a little office area here, which is super awesome because the guests aren't going to say, oh my gosh, I don't want to see that. It's just more like what, you know, people want to see. They want to see the backstage stuff. And as staff, I don't think you would want to have to go and be hidden from everybody. I mean, sometimes maybe you do, but I don't know. So, and again, with all the height in the zoo, it's crazy. I don't know how long it took them to make this, but it seems like it would take a long time. And then this plaza, just big round, I guess not round, crazy shape plaza where you can just go and make whatever you want, which is super cool. And I really don't, I didn't like the fact that in Planet Zoo, the people would just walk through everything you built, and then they did come out with the guest barriers, but in my zoos, it seemed to just make it worse. Like the guests would get stuck a lot, and I don't know. I didn't use them very often because they just didn't seem to work very well. So there's that. But like the little gorilla thing there, that's super cute. And of course, with the deluxe, or is it the deluxe, or is it when you do a pre-order, you get the tiger photo wall? And I think that looks pretty cool. I can't wait for the different kinds of donation boxes because I do not like the donation boxes in Planet Zoo. Not at all. But, that's how it is, I guess. So here they're actually going to put down a building, which something about it seems different, like the way that you place it down and have the floor in it as well. So we'll see that. And of course they hid the menu because they don't want to give away too much, right? But like with this, you can take part of this away and not use, this or that, which is super cool. At least that's what I got from it. And the next thing they're going to put down is the souvenir shop that we saw at the beginning when they did the teaser for the 24 hours. And then they showed us this with was it trunk? What's it called? I'll bring it out in a minute. Was it trunk of treats or something? I don't remember. But I mean, I don't know if I like those roofs. Those are really thick. I'm not sure if that's my favorite style, because I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be thatch, but their thatch roofs now in Planet Zoo are a lot skinnier, and I kind of like those better. But you can always, like I said, you can take them off and put on a different roof if you want to. So, and I'm sure there's going to be so many workshop things available super fast in the game. And again, I would really, really love an option to get a beta gameplay, but they haven't announced it yet. And we already had the pre-order and the deluxe pack. So I don't know, because that was what the beta gameplay was in. So Trunk of Trinkets, that's what it was. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still hoping for it though. I want it before October, please. So yeah, this is an awesome looking blueprint though. And I actually have never messed with the gift shops in Planet Zoo. I've barely really messed with the restaurants in Planet Zoo, honestly. So it's really hard to get, I wanted to get done with some stuff in Planet Zoo, but it's really hard when this game is coming and it's just, I don't want to go back to Planet Zoo now. But I don't know. We'll see. So, like I said, I do have Planet Zoo running, but I was pretty much just wanting to talk about everything and, have a chat with you guys if anybody's in the chat and just be able to talk about it and see what your favorite things are that you're looking forward to. This aviary stuff is really awesome because I never wanted to take on the whole trying to build an aviary out of, or not even aviary, but a meshed roof for something, you know? And I know it was in the workshop, but I don't know. There's something about going and using the workshop. I'm like, I want to try to make my own stuff. So I never really got into that. But they showed this here, and you can see they have cleanliness, barrier status, roof status. So, and they do have water depth and land area, climbable area, flyable area. I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff here that you can, you know, change up and make the best for whatever animal you have in there, which is pretty cool. So you can have birds and I'm guessing aquatic species in the same habitat. And, you know, obviously the fish are going to take over the water and the birds are going to take over the air, so, you know, why not? But they showed off the editing of the mesh here, which looks pretty cool. And you can make it as low or as high as you want. Well, I don't know about as high as you want. I don't know how high it goes. But but you can also change what they were calling the sag, I think is what they said. And you can let it drape a whole lot or be super does it be tight or taut, I would think. And so yeah, you have a lot of flexibility here, it seems like. Obviously, we won't know for sure until you actually get it. Why is something hurting in my hand so much? Feels like I got bit by something. Okay. See, that is what I was thinking of the spiral stuff, but that's not really a spiral. That's just like a circular thing. Sorry, I'm trying to get my eyes to not water, but it's not gonna work. They're gonna water. Roof curve is what they call it, I guess. I'm gonna use a Kleenex real quick. Hopefully that'll help. I don't know. But I really liked watching this and watching all the stuff that they were able to show us. And we have the Toco toucan here and more of footage of this guy flying around, or girl. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I don't know if males and females of Toco toucans look different or not. I'd have to look it up. Is that... I don't know. I like toucans. They're cute. I don't think that helped anything. But that's all right. So these guys, when you make anything for them to land on, like they'll continuously look around the habitat for where they could perch. So I don't know if maybe that'll be a part of what you're trying to do, you know, give the animals more variety. And because I'm pretty sure in hard mode right now for Planet Zoo, you have to give them a variety of their enrichments and you have to like move them around so they don't get bored. I think that's it. I don't play hard mode because I don't want to. I don't want to play hard mode. But I mean, look at this guy just landing on everything, moving around. You know, it's crazy. I can't wait to play. I am super excited. But it's the fact that the bird can just go and land on anything. And I don't know if it's absolutely anything, like any limb that's there, any piece of wood. I don't know. So we'll have to see. But that does seem pretty cool, you know? And this toucan hopping around. That's so cute. I love the hopping toucan. It's cute. So we got more, and this one, yeah, this is an enrichment item that they can perch on, which is so awesome that they can perch on something that's not an enrichment item, you know? But I love the way toucans look. They're super awesome. And I think in my local zoo, I've seen them, but there's only like one toucan in the cage or whatever, and that's it. I don't know if they're more social birds or not, but my zoo would only have one, and I'm sure they only got them because they were, not able to live out in the wild. So look at that shoreline. That is super cool. I love it. I wonder if you can put beach stuff out there and have guests be able to just go and hang out on the beach. That'd be kind of cool, right? It's like a zoo and resort, right? And then this is what's super cool. I did one aquarium underground like this, and I couldn't wait to get back up out of the ground because it in Planet Zoo anyways, it was so hard to build underground. And I don't know how it's going to be here because literally if you're underground, you have whatever lighting you're going to put in. I mean, it's going to be totally dark. But there's also an aquarium next to you that sees the sky. So it's not going to be totally dark, right? But I love those. I don't know if they're lights or if they're just something hanging down there, but those pink and blue or aqua things, those look super cool. And yeah, I can't wait to try to build something like this. But like I said, I've never worked with the gift shops in Planet Zoo. I've never really worked with the restaurants. I did start on the one, the tiny zoo that I have open right now, but I haven't done anything major with it. But this looks so cool. I mean, how could you not want to just stand here and watch this all day? I have I feel like Planet Zoo 2 is making it where you're going to want to stay and watch your animals that you actually put in. Because right now, I literally, put the animal in and then I go to the next thing. So with the change in the animal behavior and all of that, and the more, what's it called? The more interactions that they're going to have, I think you're going to want to, spend more time with your animals. I don't know how the time is going to go in Planet Zoo 2. I mean, is it going to be the same as Planet Zoo? Because it goes pretty fast, and that's why you don't have time to kind of hang around and watch your animals, right? So I'll be anxious to figure out what that, timing is. But all these little schooling fish and this turtle, this is the first thing I want to build, for is the turtle because it just looks so cool. I mean, all the animals look cool, but every time I see a sea turtle, a turtle of any kind, I just think of Crush on Finding Nemo. You know, that's what I think of. I know I don't think he's a hawksbill, but this guy just looks awesome. I mean, they went above and beyond on the detail of everything that we've seen so far, and I can't wait to see it in person. In person in the game anyways. I'm not going to be able to go to the Frontier headquarters and see this stuff, but I think it'll be so cool to see it in the game. And that yeah, that just looks so cool. And then we've got the sunfish that comes in. It's like, hey, I saw you're taking a video. I want to get in this. But see, look at the reflections of the water. Look, there's the sunfish. It's like, hey, I'm here too. It's like, show me. But yeah, the schooling fish are pretty cool. They just kind of hang around in just little packs. That guy is so cute. I don't know if the male and female are different, if like one's smaller than the other for these sunfish, but man, that just looks awesome. I've never seen a sunfish in a zoo. I didn't know they were that big. I thought they were small. But man, this guy is gigantic. And then I think somebody said one of these schooling fish is sardines. We see blue tang over there. And where else do we see? Oh, there's the humpback wrasse, I think just went by in the back. But yeah, just everything. I just can't get enough of these videos, you know? I can't get enough of them. And here's Turtle again. Hey, Mr. Turtle, how's it going? I don't think I've actually seen a hawksbill turtle before, but you know, obviously I've seen turtles, but I don't know. And this boat here is fun. It's a fun addition. Here's the humpback wrasse. And look at the detail on this guy. That's crazy. And then we have the female over there, I'm guessing. This is the much smaller humpback wrasse. But look at those. It looks like eyes and eyelashes, you know? And the orange color and the detail is just, it's crazy. I love the fact that they've just taken so much, you know, so much of their time and effort to make these guys just so lifelike, you know? And that's, I like that top down shot. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I can't wait to build an aquarium for these guys and just have a bunch of different fish together. They did talk about like being able to put certain like species together, but you still have to kind of stick with what would work. Although I kind of hope they did that a little different than Planet Zoo, because in Planet Zoo you have, what is it? Enrichment bonus. But there's still a lot of animals that could go together. But you don't know that unless you look it up somewhere. There's probably some kind of a Zoopedia type thing, you know, on like a website that you could go to, put in what animals you wanted to put together. And I just kind of was like, well, I guess I'll put these in and see if anything happens or see if they're happy, you know. So I kind of hope there's something for that. But here's where they show off the lighting under the water in the different times of day. That's why, I mean, just standing here as a guest all day long, just to see the different lighting and all of that, I think that would be so cool, because it would be just like a real zoo. You just stand there and watch time pass, you know, and see what happens. I think it's super awesome. And I'm guessing this is going to be like one of the first, I don't know if they're going to have career mode or what they're going to call it, scenario mode maybe. But yeah, that, I mean, that's super cool. I love that. I love it. And let's see. I think I also have this one. Oh yeah, the feature one, which is super cool. So we have, look at these guys. Look at these little pandas. Oh my goodness. Them rolling over and these guys shaking off. I wanted to look at Planet Zoo and see what their penguins look like compared to that. But this guy, I mean, the lions look awesome. Super awesome. Like it says, awe-inspiring. Because look at these guys. Look at her. I mean, that is detail, guys. That is detail. And this guy just hanging out. And this is cute. Their little mating thing is super cute. And then what everybody's calling a nest, that's what I thought it was when I first saw it. There was one little view of it in a video. I was like, that's got to be a nest. And I think it is. I mean, obviously it hasn't been totally confirmed, but so this is another one with the turning over on the back. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And so whenever they have all these, you know, things come up for either not thriving or water surface area, food. I don't know what exactly we're going to have to do with that. But I mean, that seems like it's going to be more of a feature than what it was in Planet Zoo. Like, you're going to have to really focus on the animals and their welfare. And then we've got the reserves, which looks so cool. Look at all these guys just hanging out, chomping on grass. And then we got the blue wildebeest here too, which I think in the video they were talking about, they were kind of in the zoo together, so now they're used to each other. That's what I got out of it. But so you can release those animals from your zoo into the wild and they'll keep thriving, in the wild. So that is super cool. And then we've got this guy. Oh my gosh, girl, sorry. And yeah, so you see animal status: not hungry, not thirsty, comfortable, relaxed, clean. And I don't know if we're going to have to do something to make them clean or not. Like, can we go in and hose them down with a hose? I don't know. We'll have to see. They haven't let us know about that one yet. But they just look so good. And then the swinging around. And see, this light, I love. I love this light. And then we have the babies. Look at the stomach. The female actually has a, what is it called? Not a, like a pooch, right? I don't know. Like a baby bump, And then you just see the babies running around. So I still think the animation for, the babies are going to be pretty much the same. I mean, they're just going to kind of show up, I think. Depending on what kind of animal. We did get like the koalas and the, what's that name? Oh my gosh, it literally just flew out of my head. The kangaroos, obviously, but what was the quokka? They had a little animation for the pouch, and they're just so cute. So I'm sure they're going to have other animations, especially now that they have fish and birds, and there's going to be other things. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do there. And then they got the black tip reef shark, and yeah, just a little bit of teaser on that one. So just so you don't forget, And of course, pre-order or the deluxe edition or whatever, you can choose which you get. And then I have their socials pulled up so we could look here. This one, oh my goodness. Look at these guys. Look at these cute little guys. Oh my goodness. I mean, can you imagine just watching these guys play all day? And they go on their back too. Oh man, look at that. It's a tough job, yeah. Somebody's got to do it. I love it. I love it. Okay, I want to get off now. There we go. And I don't know what this one was. I think it was just some of the same stuff we've already seen, right? Okay. Oh, not that. That first scene of the aquarium, oh my gosh, that was crazy. I was like, no, that's insane. And we have the hammerhead shark facts also. So, I mean, look at the detail on this shark. It's just crazy. And then we have quite a few sharks there. But they can detect electro something. That's the problem with doing stuff on these, is they just go by so fast. So you literally would have to pause it every time and start it. And I mean, look at that. Look at the light. I just can't get enough. I don't know how I'm going to make it to October, guys. I really don't. And this one is cute because I can't wait for the red panda. All the animals really like to roll around onto their back and look all cute. It's just so cute, guys. I can't take it. Yep. It's going to be crazy. I mean, everybody's like putting on, what animal are you going to build for first? I'm like, I have no idea, but I really want to do an aquarium. But look at this lion. Look at the detail on this guy. That is insane. I can't wait till the next feature focus. Because it's going to be awesome. I mean, anything they bring out is going to be awesome, right? And I don't know what the zoo vibes is. Is that see the jumping toucan? Oh, and the fact that the ball is gonna like hit the animal and wake them up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is just so cool. And so let's go over to the Zoopedia here. So the newest, obviously, is up here. So we got, I don't remember. I mean, we knew that the hippo was going to be in, but this is the first time it was in the Zoopedia, right? And this one is just the picture of it. So cool. If we, can we open the image and see a better... Oh, we can. Okay, cool. That is just, look at that. Look at the hairs on the nostrils here. I mean, that is just crazy. That's insane, guys. And we can just do, is it this way or the other way? Yeah, so we've got the crested newt, which I think we had a crested newt in Planet Zoo. It wasn't exactly the same. Let's see. New window or new tab. So, yeah, this detail, I don't know if it's just the way the picture was taken, but this doesn't seem as detailed as the other ones. But like I said, I think it's just the way the picture is taken at. But I mean, that's another exhibit animal. So I can't wait to see what the exhibits are going to look like, because there's no way there would be a whole tab for exhibits if it's just going to be a box, right? So I can't wait to see what they're doing with that. But I have a feeling they're not going to show that off for a while. And the detail on this guy, look at the hair on this guy. I mean, come on. So cool. And we've got the bison. Again, this one doesn't seem very sharp either. Okay, it depends on where you click if you get the option. What? There we go. Get the option to open. Okay. I mean, that is just, again, it looks like a photo. It doesn't look like a game picture. It looks like a photo, right? And the European peacock, which I didn't even know of this kind of butterfly. I love butterflies. And I love, like, monarchs are my favorite, but there are just so many different kinds of butterflies. It's crazy. And I'm kind of anxious to find out what the butterflies are going to have for a habitat, because, for Planet Zoo, it was just the walkthrough exhibits, right? And so I definitely want to see what they're going to do with that. We've got the golden eagle, which, I mean, this one we've already seen. I haven't seen this picture, but that's one of the deluxe animals that you can get. And let's go back. Did I miss? I didn't see the brown trout. I know that. We got the hippo. Oh, yeah. The common blue tongue, which we have this in Planet Zoo. I've put this guy in an exhibit before. But look at that detail, guys. That is crazy. It's insane. And let's see. Yeah, the brown trout. So this is because I was like, well, it's another fish. That's cool. But it's a freshwater fish. So we have saltwater fish and now we have a freshwater fish, which means we're going to have even more freshwater fish, right? And again with the detail. I mean, it's crazy how detailed they're getting with these guys. And I think that was the first one. Yeah. And then we have the wildebeest, the blue and gold. I call it fusilier, but I don't know if that's what you call it. I'm probably getting too fancy with it. And the axolotl, the Asian, wait, was it? Asian elephant? Is that right? Or African elephant? No, African savanna. Okay, African savanna elephant. But these guys, I was super impressed by the detail of these guys. I mean, just all the, I want to say wrinkles. I don't know if that's the best word for it, but down the trunk and all of the skin detail. I mean, come on. That is awesome. And we've got the penguin. The penguin is so cute. Look at that. See, I don't remember if Planet Zoo has like the detail on the bottom of the flipper here. But yeah, these are one of the newer animals from Planet Zoo. So I think they're not really going to change too much because they were already really good. But I haven't looked into what the comparison looks like. And then these guys, talk about detail. Look at the eyelashes. That is so crazy. And then this hair still seems a little weird, like a little blurry. But again, that could just be the way the picture was taken. Or what it was doing when you took the picture kind of thing. But this one I still think is one of the best. This and the lion. Because, I mean, that looks like a picture out in the wild, you know? And that's just crazy to me. It's a game, but it looks like a real life picture. Right? And I've also never really seen one of these secretary birds. If I have, I don't remember. But I mean, that looks pretty cool. That looks like a pretty cool shot. So yeah. Let's see, was there something else? I don't think there was anything else. I did. And then we got the crocodile. I thought oh yeah, TikTok. So I never do TikTok. I've never wanted to do TikTok, but I had to do it for Planet Zoo too. So I did TikTok. I follow Planet Zoo. Look at these guys. Ugh. It's scratching on the tree. And did we see this already? I don't remember, but you can hear this one. I left the audio on this one. Yeah, we saw this, but oh my gosh, it's so cute. But yeah, I got TikTok just for Planet Zoo 2 videos, which I want to say they put the same stuff on, but I don't want to miss anything. So I want to get all, because I saw this, and I think this is only on TikTok. Yes. It was kind of cute. But I'm pretty sure these guys are a solo, like, they're pretty solitary, unless they're mating, right? Oh, and this was the Zoopedia reveal. There you go. So it's revealed. So that was pretty cool the way they did that. New animal reveals every week. And I really thought it was just one. But they have a lot of them already. It's crazy. I don't know how many they're gonna have at the end. And I did buy the PC Gamer magazine. I don't know when I'm going to get it, but I bought it. So, yeah. I can't wait to get it. I'm sure I know everything that's in it by now, but maybe not. I don't know. And yeah, the aquariums are just so cool. It is so cool. So this guy just hanging around. Park life, okay. But I don't know what cover I'm gonna get. I don't think you could pick. I think they're just gonna send you what they send you. So I don't think I'm as picky as, you know, I'm gonna go get each one. You know, I'm paying quite a bit for the one copy. There was a thing that you could get, like, what was it, 3 copies, but you had to pay for a subscription. I don't know. It was weird. I was like, I don't want a whole subscription because I don't read PC magazine, you know, PC Gamer. But no, it is what it is. I don't know. I had to get it. It's Planet Zoo 2, so you know, had to do it. I don't think there was anything else to go over. I could have forgot something. But that's the problem with this is it's, you know, there's a lot. There's a lot to go over. And yeah, the zebra looks cool too. Look at that. That's probably one of the wildlife reserves because it's very open. So I don't think it would be in a zoo. But yeah, that's just crazy. And yeah, so we saw that already. So there we go. I think that's all. Let's see, news. They did have this one. They had this evolving our animals. I don't think I'm going to read it all. It's a lot. And I think my eyes will really start watering if I try to do that. But I will scroll down so you guys can read it if you want to. But the original Planet Zoo, they had, you know, they did put in this where the animals would sniff like the flowers and stuff. I honestly never saw it, but again, I didn't spend a ton of time with my animals after I put them in. You know, I'd put them in and then I would go to the next one. So I don't know, but I mean, these, you know, what do they call it? Animals 2.0 they're awesome, you know? And then they would obviously go to zoos and stuff like that to really observe these animals and hear the sounds they make and all of that. And this is like, I mean, this is 3D modeling, guys. This is just, it's crazy. It's work in progress, but you know, I'd say their work in progress is pretty good, right? And then you see this one with the kid playing with his dad. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Because this is the kind of interactions I wanted to see. I would see some, but you know, it was very few and far between kind of thing. And so just the fact that you can probably, if you get to know your animals, you can look in on them, you can know which one's which by just looking at its movements and, you know, stuff like that. Here, I think, is the sound of the lion's roar. Let's see. I'm going to turn that on. And I guess I've already watched it. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, I can't pause it by... Okay. I could pause it by just clicking anywhere. But no. focus on improving how animal welfare is communicated. So it does seem like they're really focusing more on having that animal interaction that you can see and hear and, you know, keep track of, all that stuff. But this is one they're fighting. Let me turn that on. I mean, that is crazy fighting compared to, I don't think, do they even show any fighting in Planet Zoo, or do they just kind of do something and then end up with a scratch or a scar? I mean, I can't remember. Either they didn't do it or I always missed that part because I just saw the message that says so and so got hurt from a fight or whatever, you know. I never actually saw it. So there you go. Planet Zoo 2's animals have had more than just a facelift. Well, that's true. Thanks to a truly collaborative process involving everyone working in the team at Frontier, building on years of experience from the original Planet Zoo and listening to the passionate voices of our community. Our animals have been the subject of a huge amount of love and attention to detail, and we can't wait until you get to meet them for yourselves in your zoos and wildlife reserves this October. I can't wait. I want it to be now. I want it to be now, guys. But it's just, this game's going to be awesome. That's all there is to it. Like I said, awesome is the only word I can think of. Awesome, crazy, ridiculous, insane, you know. all that stuff. And I think the game modes are going to be pretty much, I mean, we got career, sandbox, franchise. The Planet Hub is going to be, I'm guessing, where the reserves, yeah. New way for you to manage your international network of zoos and wildlife reserves. So we'll see. Available in all game modes. The Planet Hub is where you can track your progress, access performance data, visit your different sites, and make decisions on your research and conservation. I think the research is going to be even more, I want to say, in depth than Planet Zoo. Because research in Planet Zoo, I mean, you kind of did it to get whatever you wanted to get from, you know, from enrichment items to fences to barriers, you know, that kind of thing. And you were done and you're like, okay. But it seems like this is going to be even more detailed, you know, just like everything else in the game so far. It's, you know, more detailed. So I think that's it. Oh, there's the thing I was talking about where you can actually, I mean, it looks like you can go in as the zookeeper, but maybe that's just, you know, the shot that they wanted you to see, you know. But I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to talk about for now. And, you know, I've already talked about, or at least I think I have talked about the other stuff. I did a video on YouTube and it got a lot of views. So I'm really hoping that I can do more and more with this Planet Zoo 2. And yeah, it just, I'm not really comfortable with doing the actual like review stuff that a lot of the bigger Planet Zoo YouTubers and streamers do. But I'm in love with this game already. So I definitely want to share it with you guys. And hopefully you'll come and watch it when I play, right? So until next time, guys, I hope you have a super blessed night or day wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.